run through, but that's no problem because it's not going to stop these two reds potting. So it's just a plain ball run through, nothing on the cue ball, just run through, plain ball. You know, any sort of kiss was bound to be good there. This is one of those times where it's slightly a bad shot because I've finished nearly straight on the black. Now, we've got the loose red, which is always going to be the saviour. I'm going to have to risk going around two cushions here. I really want to get somewhere in this area, so I've got a choice of all three. In this time, it's very difficult to play for one red only because with the tension and things of going for a 1-4-7, it's always best to give yourself options. So stun around two cushions and try and come into open play. That's pretty good. Bounce.
Come on, come off the cushion.
That's not too bad, Doug.
Yeah, you've got a chance.
The angle
How big a part does adrenaline play now? You're now within
this is
touching distance, aren't you?
I would now be thinking this is a real good chance. If this cue ball had finished an extra 2 inches higher, this would have been a certainty to pot this red, run through for the black, and then a real good chance. But the angle I have on the red, I'm actually going to have to force through this red. Because if I just play it dead weight, the cue ball is going to stop here somewhere after kissing this second red. So I'm going to have to rely a little bit on the lap of the gods where the other red's going, but force through the red. That's not too bad. The reds, I was worried really about losing this red towards this cushion.
Yes, on the cushion. But you're okay.
This is nice. Now, this now is the problem ball. No problem with that one to get onto the black. So this is a situation where even though there's only two reds left, I have the opportunity of playing for both reds. What would be in my mind here is potting the black, coming off the cushion, and finish it anywhere around the pink. Because I know that if I get on the pink, on this red, I can just roll it in for the black. If I go past the pink, I've got the red in the middle. So really, anywhere in this area, I'd ideally like to play this one first, because that's going to be my problem ball. So a little bit too hard for the one I wanted to play for, Doug. I needed really to finish there. So now we've got no problem in potting this red and getting on the black, but this is where it gets really important. I've not only got to pot the red and get on the black, I need to get onto the black reasonably well to be able to get into this red. The natural angle is not good. So a little bit of side here to go round the back of the black to get onto the black. Well, we've gone inside it. That's a bad shot, but we can probably get away with it. I actually played a little bit more side to come this way because once I've gone this side of the black, I'm actually losing the cue ball towards the cushion. Whereas if I've gone this side round the pack, I've got a lot more room to get my hand on. Pink quite clearly is the obvious problem for me here because I've got to pot the black, hopefully get the cue ball here so I can have a dead straight red to get onto the black. Now I've just got to get the pace right here and we've got bingo, I think. Well, now it's really essential now you must be on a good angle on the black. The angle I have on this red is not good because the cue ball is actually running through to here. Now I can't risk just rolling the red in and finishing here on the black because the black would be too tough. So I'd rather leave myself a more difficult black, i.e. leave the cue ball here somewhere to at least make sure I've got the rest, you see. So I'm just going to play a little stun run through, try and get the white about here and then leave a difficult black, but at least I'll have the angle from black to yellow. See, it's a lot tougher black than you want to play on a 1-4-7,
but it gives you the chance of the
exactly. See, the situation would have been if I'd have rolled it in and finished here, it would have been, a really twitchy twitchy black to get the yellow. Because not only have you got to pot the black, you've got to get the pace right through this gap. At least now, with the angle I've got, once the cue ball passes this direction, which is where I'm snookered for the yellow from blue and pink, once it passes this direction, I've now got 6 feet where I can play position.
So we don't need to be that precise, really.
This is the amazing thing about snooker. People think we've always got the cue ball on a string kind of thing as far as playing for inches. But what we're actually doing is playing in areas sometimes. And this is one of those situations, especially on a 1-4-7, where I'm actually playing in an area.
Tell me something, Willie. You've not really talked a lot about potting balls. It's all about position and the way. There's sometimes that you can forget you've got to pot the ball as well.
Subconsciously, potting is something you've done all your life, so that's the natural part. The hard part is always finishing the right angle on the ball to get the position for the next ball. People at home probably think we're playing in spaces of 2 and 3 inches sometimes. Have you seen from the discussion during this frame, I've been playing in areas a lot of times. Because when you're going for a 1-4-7, you have to play in areas. You can't just continue to play for every one of the reds to be finished perfect. The angle I've got on the black now I know is not good, but for instance, if I'd have potted the red with the rest and finished here, this would have been, especially at the Crucible, £147,000. Trying to pot the black from here, not only pot the black is difficult, but to get the angle to finish here. At least here, the only problem I've got here is snookering myself on blue and pink. So once it's past this situation here, the cue ball, anywhere here, I'm onto the yellow. So I've now got 7 feet of table that I can play to go onto yellow. This is what you're thinking about in a 1-4-7. If I play plain ball, I'm kissing the pink, so a little bit of left-hand side again. Rather than the white come off at this angle, I'm making it come at this angle. And once it's past here, we've got all this margin of error here. So just a little bit of left-hand side. See, once it's past the pink, you see, I'm okay.
Let me get the black.
Well, this would have been
think about this.
This would be a twitcher at the crucible for 147. If it finished here, straightforward, pot and screw back. But the angle I have on the yellow is very similar to the Cliff Thorburn yellow a few years ago, where Cliff decided to force through 2 cushions to come on the green. I'm just a little bit straighter than Cliff was, so instead of the cue ball coming back dead straight, because of the angle I've got from white to yellow, the cue ball is going to come virtually here. So I haven't really got that much margin of error here. I can only finish between here and here. But as long as I screw back and don't snooker myself on the brown, we've got a chance of the green. Well, we've just got by the brown. I didn't really get into the cue ball there. I can see the green, I can tell from here.
But
now,
you'd expect to do that in this situation.
Well,
you're not going to play perfect shots.
There's 2 things you could do there, Doug. You can do what I did and nearly snooker yourself, or because of the adrenaline, you can overscrew it and finish here, which, OK, I'd have preferred to finish there this time. Now, the natural angle from potting the green, the cue ball really is taken away from the brown. So this is one of those shots where you've got to play with a little bit of check side to straighten it up off the cushion. Plain ball angle, the cue ball would finish here, but the pace I'd have to hit the green, it would probably bounce off the cushion again. So now I've got to play with a little bit of left-hand side, so when it hits the cushion, it straightens up and comes back across this side of the table for the brown. Now I need a bounce. Bounce! Ooh, trouble.
You mentioned the adrenaline flowing. Golfers talk about, in that situation, taking one less club because they're pumped up. Is it the same, the risk of hitting it too hard?
We're in practice in this situation here, and I'm getting excited now. We've got a chance of doing it. You know. The angle we have on the brown now is just off straight. I'm going to try... Anywhere in the middle of the table is essential. I'd ideally, obviously, like to finish here, but you can't guarantee it in this situation. I've got to make sure the cue ball gets past at least here, so I'm playing around 2 cushions, and once it's past here, I've got some sort of shot on the blue. I'd ideally, like I said, trying to finish here, but... So run through. Come on, white. Not ideal on the blue, Doug, but we're only 3 shots away. The problem ball here is making sure I don't kiss the black. The natural angle would be coming off this cushion here, so I've just got to play a little bit lower on the cue ball just to make sure I miss the kiss on the black and hopefully finish nicely on the pink in the middle pocket. Slow down, slow down. Whoa. Whew. Pressure. Well, this is perfect. Normally in this situation you would really be shaking. So nothing to do with the cue ball. Roll it in, on and off the cushion. Can't do anything else but be nice on the black. So it's just a case of hopefully
don't miss the putt.
Oh dear. Well, £147,000 at the crucible.
How difficult is this black then?
Well, normally 100 out of 100.
Yeah.
In this situation, probably about 95 out of 100.
And what was it Jack Canham said? Good luck, mate. Brilliant. What can I say?
Unbelievable.
Absolutely brilliant. I can't believe it.
147,000, I believe.
£1.47. There you go, mate. Well done.
All that work for £1.47.